99.3 Nigeria Info. Good morning to you, Lagos. Welcome to the second part of Dailies today. We're live from our studios on Atimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Sheriff Quadry.
And I'm Jimi Disu. Good morning.
Right. We're also streaming live on Facebook. For those who'd like to watch, please join us on Facebook and on YouTube. And drop your comment as we take the stories one after the other. Let's start with the Vanguard newspaper this morning. This story here on page 5 of the Vanguard. Trump, why we reject U.S. threat on Nigeria, China.
Yes. So this issue has taken another unexpected dimension, and I'm glad it's coming from the Chinese, because there must be balance in the world. Let's put our sentiments aside. Even Trump's language in the tweet, that it was disrespectful to us as a people, no matter what side we are on, and somebody has to stop this bully. You know, it's not just Nigeria, okay? It's not that he wants to stamp his authority all over the world, and it must be put in perspective. Now, this has nothing to do with the subject matter that he raised. That's another issue. Now I'm looking at it from a solely diplomatic angle. The Chinese said yesterday that they do not support what Trump is saying and what he's about or threatens to do. It says that as a comprehensive strategic partner of Nigeria, China firmly supports the Nigerian government in leading its people on a development path that fits Nigeria's national realities. I mean, there are other ways by which you can skin it, but of course, I don't believe that. I don't believe what he has said is the reason, so I'm not going to go there. But the Chinese say that we oppose any country's interference in other countries' internal affairs under the pretext of religion and human rights. We oppose the wanton threat of sanctions and the use of force. This is credited to the Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman, Mr. Mao. Okay? And incidentally, two members of the U.S. Congress have condemned Trump's recent threat to cut off aid and launch military action against Nigeria. Mix, a ranking member of the House Foreign Affairs Committee, and Ms. Jacobs, ranking member of the Africa Subcommittee, described the comments as irresponsible and reckless. And again, go take, like Captain Blade yesterday, take the sentiments, whatever, out and read that text again. Don't forget that Trump had called us one time a shit country. What do you call it?
A shithole country.
A shithole country, you know. And it says that the Trump administration's designation of Nigeria as a country of particular concern ignores the complex reality of violence there. Clashes between farmers are many, but not all of whom are Christian, and others are driven by resource scarcity and the land competition, not religion alone. And they noted that terrorist groups had killed both Christians and Muslims across the country, particularly in the predominantly Muslim north, which continues to face violent attack by criminal gangs, commonly referred to as bandits. All Nigerians deserve protection, and we know President Tinubu recognizes the importance of interfaith harmony and is working to address this challenge. I guess this has come up from Nigeria supporters. Now, the question I've been asking myself since I heard this was, did we call on the Chinese? The Chinese are very strategic partners in Nigeria. They are dominant in a lot of areas now where America used to tread. And in the minerals area, I think they are also predominant. So I don't know whether it was the government that called on them or they took the initiative by themselves. But I think that there's concern, because even the EU we had now criticize Trump. I think there's the world is beginning to see a need to stop Trump's in his tracks. Let me repeat for the umpteenth time that, of course, we know that Christians are being persecuted. That is not the issue. The issue has now been blown into a full diplomatic affair, and it brings some balance. Yesterday, the federal government continued to bring out explanations and saying there is no genocide and that it's religious extremists who are behind the narrative out to divide the country. So that's the latest. That's the latest that we have there. Yesterday, the Godswill Akpabio said that at the Senate, Godswill Akpabio said that they would rather discuss with the executive, and I think his use of that discretion is quite commendable, because only God knows what would have happened if senators got up to
start talking about
it. It would have gone virtually out of control. And I think for once, one should give Akpabio some credit for maturity to say that, look, they will dialogue with government. And so that is that. Remember that it only takes one sentence for somebody, one wrong sentence like this, and the whole thing will scatter. And we want to keep Nigeria as peaceful as possible. I am hoping that this will be a wake-up call, and those concerned will make sure that we have these experiences at the barest minimum. I'm hoping that is what is going to happen. Locally here, Southern and Middle Belt leaders also rejected U.S. military invasion. They are not. You see, people are not rejecting. They are not saying that there are no skirmishes or whatever, or killings of Christians. What we are saying is that to invade our country, we know the beginning, but we don't know where it will end. Right. And to be honest with you, the devastation will go across the board. Across the board. Because it is not, because I don't believe that is the reason why all this wants to happen. So that is what we have so far.
All right, let's move on to our next story, Lagos. You're streaming live on Facebook. We're also live on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch us live on Facebook and on YouTube. Nigeria Info 99.3 is how you can watch us. Let's move on to our next story. Page 6 of the Vanguard newspaper. DSS dismisses 115 personnel.
Well, the DSS doing this in one fell swoop is worrying. Because not only did they dismiss these people, they published their photographs and names, which means that something has gone wrong somewhere. We don't know whether it's a security issue. We don't know whether it's a corruption issue. We don't know what issue it is. But what I know is that in dismissing them and then publishing their photographs and names, or at least making their photographs and names available, shows that
on their website.
Shows that there is a problem somewhere. But they say it is as part of ongoing reforms. The public is hereby informed that 115 have been dismissed over, not retired, dismissed.
Dismissed, yes.
So that means that there's some element of cleansing going on. I wish we could have, after all, they're already dismissed. I wish we could have the full details as to what they could have done and whether it's going to end with dismissal or they are going to have their day in court. If
What if they made them sign NDA?
NDA what?
Non-disclosure agreement.
Non-disclosure agreement. What then? You would have told them to retire. Why would you dismiss me and then tell me to sign an NDA? If you want to prepare a soft landing and it's not that is so crucial, then you say, okay, all these people should just retire from service. But dismissed. No pension, nothing. Something has gone down.
Well, what do you think? Do you have any idea?
No, I'm not. There are too many things. Too many conspiracies in my head. Like my friend, Biodun Akwatira, he calls me master of. Since I heard the China thing, I've been thinking all since I woke up at 2:30. So I'm not going to bother my head about DSS people that there's too much to think about in this country. I tell you, Sheriff, too much to think about. And you don't know what you're going to be confronted with in the morning. So I pass this one to you, as a good ally You go and find out why they were dismissed.
Okay, as a good ally, I will take up that responsibility.
You go.
I'll take it up. Let's go to our next story. Page 9 of the Vanguard newspaper. Immigration. Natasha in verbal war over passport drama.
I don't know why there was all this. I don't know why there was this drama. Natasha is a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, which means she must even be accorded certain respects and privileges. So for the PRO of the NIS to say that it was a routine check, what is a routine check? He's not talking to dummies. When you get to the boarding gate, you present your passport. Okay, first of all you stop at a DSS post. The DSS man clears you. Then it means you are good to go. So the PRO Akintola Akinlabi should tell us what exactly happened, why the woman was delayed. A senator of the Federal Republic, not even because it's Natasha. She should have been then, so that if there's a problem why she has to be delayed, then it must be made public. We want to know why she went eventually, though.
Yes,
she went eventually, but Akinlabi should tell us what exactly was the problem.
I agree.
What exactly was the problem?
What did they flag?
What exactly was the problem? You know, she said that the Senate president had said they shouldn't allow her travel. I don't know what to believe in that. I'm not even sure if the Senate president has the powers to tell the immigration to stop somebody. You see, this country is just lawless in all truth. Maybe somebody just called the immigration, or the controller took it upon himself. Let me cross-check. But if she wasn't flagged, especially if she wasn't flagged by the DSS, why should she then have been delayed? You know? And she said, why do you continue to embarrass? She said yesterday, because she at the place she shot a video and says, I have two cases. She ended up revealing something that we didn't know. I have two cases. There was no other. Yes, I have two cases federal government have against me, which the president of Nigeria instructed the attorney general to cancel the cases and to withdraw the cases. So what this means to me is that there's been some negotiations going on at the back end. Because she just turned up and everything was cool. Okay, she took a rest, everything was cool.
Yeah.
So, understandably so, I mean, give the president credit. There was some negotiation at the back end to drop the cases, let this one. Of course, nobody knew that Akpabio's in-laws were going to start their own. I mean, but that's another story for another day. So it's possible that what had been put in place had not been removed by the time she traveled, which is an indictment on the authorities. As soon as the attorney general has been told, immediately you send out a signal. It's very embarrassing that a senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is embarrassed in his or her own country.
His own country.
And I think that Akinshola's boss should tell his boss to please publicly apologize and give the reason what actually happened. But I don't buy this. And then spokespersons are very funny. He should have said, I will check and find out what happened. He said it was a routine check. How can you do a routine check on a senator of the Federal Republic? As to what? Is he carrying drugs? And it's an immigration matter. What routine check would you be doing? Tell us the truth. If there's been a mistake, let us know. And let the head of whatever, let him apologize. But to dismiss it as a routine check, I'm not satisfied with that kind of, and I don't think people will be satisfied with it. But luckily, we have other matters to talk about.
Let's
go on to the next one.
Indeed. Let's move on. Let's go to our next story. The Guardian is our next paper. Page 8 of The Guardian. Tinubu declares emergency in police training institutions.
Well, if the DSS were dismissing 115 yesterday, maybe the police is going to do so likewise. And the president must be concerned about the training institutions of the police. Remember, even during Jonathan time, I think it was Channels or so that did a documentary and showed the state in which the police. But it doesn't stop there, Mr. President. You have to let your Inspector General go. It is nothing against the man. The man is 65. He should have retired. Let him go, to encourage those coming behind him. I can't for the life of me imagine what reason the president has for retaining the Inspector General beyond his retirement age, but for his own personal satisfaction. And this country is bigger than everybody. These are little things that we talk about every day, is what has led us into this embarrassing situation. Where the president of another country says to Nigerians, the biggest country in Black Africa, I will invade you, and it's an insult. Mr. President, we beg of you, please put all these things right. Let the gentleman, Kayode, he's 65, let him go. There must be 4 or 5 DIGs you can pick from. And let me tell you something, Mr. President, which I need to tell you. Just like I discussed with Captain Blade here, loyalty is not the stamping of feet or your countryman. That doesn't guarantee loyalty. Loyalty, the ADC to Muritala Mohammed was a Yoruba man. Muritala Mohammed, I think, was from Kano. And there was Quadry, he put his life on the line for, I think it was for Ironsi or something like that. So loyalty is not necessarily from your countryman. It's a wrong way to think. In fact, if care is not taken, there's a higher risk of your countryman doing you in than other people. And I hope the president has seen this. One of the reasons why he has sabotage all over is because of insistence to want to put his own boys, his own fellow countrymen. And you think other people would march behind them? No. So I beg of him, it's not a matter of demonstrating or this is not easy. It's just simple reasoning. Now is the time for you to correct so many wrongs. Let this man go. He's 65. And I hear, I don't know how far it is true, he's not of the best health, he doesn't have the best health at 65. He doesn't have the best health situation. I hear he has health challenges. I don't know if it is true. What has led us to the situation we are in has been the way the president has been running the country. We must tell ourselves truth. No ambassadors, this and that. That is not the way things are going to go. Or should go.
Let's stick with The Guardian. Let's go to page 12 of The Guardian. I have the story right here. It says, Lagos impounds 155 vehicles, pledges sustained action against illegal garages, roadside shanties.
It's all hot air.
You think?
It's hot air. It is hot air. The Lagos State government, since since we had the current governor, has failed to apply the rule, to apply the big stick in various areas. It just huffs and puffs. There are still illegal garages everywhere, even in Ikoyi. They are visible. What have you done? The so-called VIPs that drive around with no numbers and signs and whatever, what have you done? And I keep saying to the government, you need to make an example of certain people and stop turning our country into animal farm. All animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. You are ready to just raid a few places in Oworonshoki and whatever. The main perpetrators of indiscipline as far as our roads is concerned, you don't want to touch them. They do it brazenly. Some people have 2 policemen, 3, 4. Some people have 2 escort cars, one in the front, one at the back. Some people have escort car in the front. There was a time in this state where it was an offense to put on your strobe light unless you had an explanation for it. There was a time the FRS made a law about certain horns. Now, papa, in traffic. Before you move from here to stadium, you must have seen 3 or 4 of at any time of the day or night. So we want the governor to sit up on this. Lagos State needs discipline. It needs discipline. And if you don't, you must, borrow a leaf from what your predecessor did. He arrested an army colonel. Okay. He let him off on liberal terms because of the reality. But he made the point. Governor Sanwo-Olu should do so likewise. What stops him from saying that quietly to the people in the ministry that I need a call of 50 directors? And I want you to go out this morning and arrest all vehicles that are not registered. Once you do that, you do such interventions occasionally, everybody will sit up. It's no rocket science. You don't need to set up any different. You just say that, look, occasionally we'll be having raids. You assemble all your directors that we have a meeting. When you get to the point of the meeting, that is when you will tell them that, gentlemen, we are doing an exercise today. Get your cars ready. I want you to go out. I challenge each of you to give me 5. You go to Wonsoki. You go to this. You go to that place. You go to this place. You go to that place. By the time you rein them in, they did it in Ghana. It was filmed, even by the police. Some honorables too had to get down from their vehicles and trek. They took the cars from them. If we don't impart discipline at the top, we will not get anything. And that's why the whole, I don't want to mention his name, my famous friend there who lived in Ikoyi, one of the things that frustrated him was that 2 or 3 houses away was a mechanic workshop where they were selling buka food, and Ikoyi itself is a complete mess. It's become a concrete jungle. And the country must have somewhere where the elite live and enjoy themselves, because that is where the money from the whatever comes from. These are the people you can tax very well, give land use and whatever. So you must let them live in comfort. So this story says that they're intensifying their crackdown on the illegal impounding vehicles. Let the Commissioner for Information, I challenge him to come here on Friday and give us the list of VIP vehicles that have been impounded. And I remember the Lagos State saying that if your vehicle is pounded, what you probably need, if I were the governor, I'll have a what do you call, once your vehicle is pounded, is impounded, it's not put up for sale, it's crushed. When 2-3 people see their luxury vehicles being paid, so much million, then it is crushed into Tagolo. They will sit up. Well, we hope the next governor will be somebody who would be willing to take the bull by the horns. And the person I'm thinking of, I think he might be able to do that. But I'm not going to tell you who I'm thinking of just yet. I have a candidate for...
You have a candidate?
I have a candidate, yes. I'm interested.
In
the governorship in 2027.
In 2027?
Yes, I have a candidate.
Does the candidate know that you have him?
I've mentioned it to him not once, not twice.
Oh, okay.
Yes, and I've said...
That's serious.
And I've said to him, go ye.
Are you going to campaign for him? That's if he decides to run. Are you going to campaign for him?
I'm going to campaign for him. I might take a leave of absence or something, but I have a candidate that I believe in.
Why is it special?
It's not special. I just have a feeling his demeanor. Ironically, I just have a feeling his demeanor and his whatever. He looks to me like an extremely disciplined person, and he's somebody that you know.
It's Tokumbo.
It's not Tokumbo. I said it's somebody that you know. I didn't say it's Tokumbo.
It's Tokumbo, Abi?
No, it's not Tokumbo. I didn't tell Tokumbo. Go ye.
You didn't have to say Tokumbo. Go ye. We shall see.
It has come to a point where some of us have to put our money where our mouth is.
But is that how we do it, though? I mean, I agree that.
Am I not allowed to have a candidate?
No, I'm just saying that.
Am I?
I'm talking about Nigerians now, not even you now. The moment you said it's time to put our money where, so I'm trying to think that how Nigerians select or pick their candidate during elections?
Okay, let me tell you.
Do they even have that selection, or they just wait for someone to give them some $5 for them to go and cast their ballot?
Let me tell you something. Most people would not believe that I never set my eyes on Babatunde Fashola until after he left government. I never met him. But I was his greatest supporter when he was in government. I'm sure he himself must have. If I was almost like an Asheju, when they said he was going to go to run for a second term, many people would have believed about it Bashuni because I was all over town. Because we all know, all of us must take an interest in who governs us.
I agree 100%.
Or we'll face the consequence.
100%.
And everybody should have his own standard. By my own standards, the best that has ever happened to this country is Raji Fashola. And I don't have any apologies for it. Even if he says about it, that's none of his business. I didn't tell him go ye, but now, and I'm an elder statesman, I've already told the candidates that I like, I've already sent a message to him that go ye.
Go ye. Tokumbo, go ye.
I did not do and for me it's a realistic decision that I took, because I'm not somebody who's given to vanities and whatever. I took a very realistic situation. Do we have time?
No, we don't.
Because I want to take the story. This story.
Yes, let's mention it. Let's mention it. Opposition kicks as Lagos Speaker's son takes over LG chairmanship.
Okay, so do I have a minute?
Yes, we have a minute.
Okay, so what they're accusing is that Obasa's son wanted to run, and there was so much against it, so he ran as vice. Then a man who is not too well was put forward. That one has fallen sick, and Obasa's son is now. Listen, I think I will hold this till Thursday. Help me keep it somewhere.
Okay.
We'll talk about it.
Okay.
This and sons. You see, that's what's all about precedence. Once we had one at the top, then that pattern is going down. So, better learn from this.
Indeed. We have to go now, Lagos. Thank you for being a part of this. Appreciate it. But don't go anywhere yet. Thanks to all our online viewers on Facebook and on YouTube, both local and international viewers. We appreciate you. Kofi is back with the remaining hour of the morning crossfire. Stay with us, please.
.3 Nigeria Info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info. Let's talk.